not projecting. Okay, she slowed it down significantly. If you can then look at the screen and you direct where to read on the screen.
From my side, this one says blue lights, drop off the cups.
Is that?
Oh, the Queen. Yeah.
Stop it.
Blue lights, drop off the Queen and her cups.
Where are you reading? Are you reading at the top of the?
In the middle of the screen,
in the middle,
where the elbow of the passenger is.
Yes. Okay. Then we proceed. Yes. We are going to drop the sound because there is no one speaking, it's just music, so that Commissioner Spies can take us through this video.
Yes, it's clear now on the back side of the seat. It says blue lights to drop off the Queen and there's just an N, and her cups.
Yes. Keep playing. Okay, it would appear there is nothing further added there. I want to refer you to the top of the video. There appears to be some writings there. Are you able to read them for us into the record?
Correct, Commissioners. It's a small avatar of a lady's face with long black hair, and then next to it is Cordelia Kabeng. And it states underneath that, beauty by exclusive _Weinak.
Okay. So then, getting back to your paragraph 13, it is not correct that we hear a female voice in the background identifying herself as Mama Cat. That doesn't come through on the video, correct? Or
can we just listen to the second video as well?
Okay, let's try the second video and see if it's in that clip.
There's the words Mama Cat and her fleet.
Is it the words printed on the video there as we see on the screen, or are they spoken?
It's the words there on the fleet, which I presumed was the titles as the speaking in the background, that she overlaid music over that.
Okay. Can we then I suggest we play this video from beginning to end, and then we can take questions on it.
Just my patience, no matter nothing. I'll be on it.
Okay, so the start of this video, there is a female voice that speaks, that utters the words market. Is that what you heard?
It's the words on it that says Mama Cat and her fleet.
Okay, then I suggest at at paragraph 13, we make a correction to the effect that those words are not spoken, they are printed on the video. Would I be correct to do so?
Yes.
Okay, we shall effect that change. So then we've played the two videos. I don't know, commissioners, if there are any questions arising therefrom for the witness. Commissioner Baloyi?
In response to a question by Commissioner Baloyi about the registration of the vehicles and whether you could relate the vehicles on the videos to the listed vehicles, if I'm not mistaken, I think you said that the registrations are not showing on the videos. I actually do see a couple of registrations. But of course, I could not read any of them. Isn't there a method by which you could have enhanced what's showing on there so as to be able to see the registrations?
Commissioner, I'm surely in today's age there is methods by brilliant people who can do it, but I don't have that skill set. But there should be people that can video enhance, but I cannot.
Thank you.
Commissioner, an observation, and please confirm if I am correct in my observation. It is that those vehicles are on the tarmac of whatever airport that is.
That's correct, Commissioner.
And to get into the tarmac, I know that if I tried to drive to the tarmac, I would fail dismally. They wouldn't allow me to do that. Do you know how it works? Permission is granted by who? Or municipal vehicles with blue lights, when they get to the gate that leads to the tarmac, they are just free to go through. Do you know how it works?
Commissioner, in all my career, I obviously, as a policeman, I have sometimes been on the apron on foot and per vehicle in blue lights, but you use blue lights and there's security at the gates and the booms that goes to the tarmac and the apron itself. At larger airports, like the international airports, OR Tambo and that, there's actually very large gates and walls which is closed, and if there is entrance to those areas, it's under very strict control from the South African Police Services, VIP Protection Services, and AXA that will allow access to the apron itself. For instance, when the president is collected or ambassador or something like that. Same at Vusimusi Airport, there is access to the apron is very much restricted. To me, it is very suspect. So obviously the blue lights and vehicles was used to drive right up to the aeroplane. Normally you would have parked in the front of the airport and you and your luggage would go through the normal customs and the normal airport procedures. You would not be allowed with the vehicle directly to it.
So someone in the SAPS, VIP or whoever is there, or someone at AXA, if this is OR Tambo, well, I guess even Lanseria, no, must have allowed it for these people to drive to the tarmac.
Correct, Commissioner, but they could have been conned. So the security at the airport would have stopped them and allowed them, but if they believe it is South African Police Service or that then they would allow them to go past them, but they would have been stopped and allowed to the apron itself.
Thank you.
Commissioner, do you know that this is an AXA-administered airport? I don't want you to make the mistake of assuming that it could have been a private tarmac in a private facility where a private jet is stationed. So don't make the assumption unless you know for a fact that this is.
No, Commissioner, it's as I stated in my statement as well, it's a small airport. And I make apology if I speak about AXA because we deal at Vusimusi Airport and at OR Tambo we deal with AXA. At Vusimusi it's our control.
AXA into trouble
No.
and bring them to this commission.
Sorry, I'm not implicated AXA at all. No.
With that clarification, still ask my question. does it work differently, access to the tarmac? Is it free driving through in the smaller airports?
No, it's not. If you look at Wonderboom Airport is controlled by the city of Tshwane, and access to the apron is restricted. It's closed off. There's boom gates, and security at the airport will restrict access as well to that. It's not allowed at, but it could be a private airport. I don't know. I cannot determine which airport this is. If it is a private airport, for instance, like Fly-In in Ekurhuleni, that is between houses, then it would be allowed to go there because the estate itself would be on the control of that. But under public aspiration, when it's an airport like Lanseria or Wonderboom or Ouartambo, then it will be restricted by the security at those specific airports.
Thank you. Thank you, Commissioner. Thank you, Mr.
Thank you, Commissioners. In response to a question by Commissioner Baloyi about the vehicles parked on the apron next to the aeroplanes, you suggested that perhaps the security could very well have been conned. My question is, and if that is the case, you wouldn't know how. My question is whether, what is the possible effect of driving towards the security point to get onto the apron and the blue lights are on? How is that likely to be interpreted by the security guard?
Commissioner, if you approach the security officers and you have blue lights and sirens going, the security will, most of the time, they will open the gate because they will believe it's the South African Police Service that approached them. The risk for that as well, especially even at airports like these, that flight could have transported anything in and out of the country. It could have had drugs, it could have had kidnapping, it could have been trafficking, human trafficking on that. So airport restrictions becomes a very large risk as well. But approaching the gate and a boom gate with blue lights and sirens, the airport security will most of the time think it is police officers and they will open the gates for them.
And possibly salute as the car drives past.
Now, the security don't salute us. We salute one another, but not they salute us, and we salute them, Commissioner.
Sorry,
yes.
if I may. So, from what you've just said now, the blue lights, in the way you describe, with the ability to just drive through onto the tarmac, opens the risk that, in fact, they could be used for illegal activities, to get stuff onto planes and off or from planes into the country.
Correct, Commissioner.
Thank you. Thank you, Commissioner.
Thank you, Commissioners. Let's then have a look at Jeff Wick's original email at page 2 of your bundle of annexures, RS21.